Hey everyone, so on this episode of Make It with Calvin, I was contacted by the California Science Center, who were gracious enough to offer me free tickets to go see the DaVinci exhibit for the third time. Yeah, seriously, it's that incredible. I absolutely love it and highly recommend that you check it out. But they were also gracious enough to offer me tickets to go see Cities of the Future 3D in IMAX as well. So I figured I would take you guys along for the ride, and well, let's go from there. All right, so the Science Center isn't open yet, which is perfectly fine because it's nice and quiet out here. But I was gonna say, now that we're approaching the holidays, I totally understand things get a bit crazy with people. You know, family can be a bit difficult, relatives, kids got into too much of the cranberry sauce or the coffee or whatever. Hopefully that's all they got into. You need somewhere to take them. I highly recommend going to the Science Center. It's free general admission. Special exhibits cost extra. IMAX and movies cost extra. But honestly, if you need somewhere to go for a bit just to get out, the kids let some stress out, get away from the family for a little bit, which is perfectly acceptable, or you want to take them here, highly recommend that you do it. It is honestly an incredible place. So let me take you along a little bit for the ride, and we'll go from there. I have to say, as a machinist, this right here is just absolutely incredible. Partly the size of it, the number of the ribs, the curved surface, all that stuff. It is absolutely spectacular that this was part of the throwaway fuel tank. Kind of a shame, but I kind of understand why as well. What I find super interesting about Leonardo's concept of the ideal city is obviously they didn't have wastewater like we have today, but you look at cities like Venice and Amsterdam, they're built around central canals. They have an interesting way of doing things, especially considering that moving loads by water is actually a pretty interesting way. Or if you're like me, change that out to train tracks and you're good to go. Alright guys, sorry if there's a bit of construction noise behind me with the new Air and Space Center addition going on, but let me give you a little synopsis of things. Right after I got done with Cities of the World 3D, I pretty much had to go run so I could make my entry appointment for DaVinci, and I gotta say, Cities of the World 3D was actually a really interesting movie to watch. Part of it, I would say, is a blend of theoretical and practical ideas for making cities in the future more efficient and more green, literally and figuratively. as well as talking to current scientists and also young scientists who are going to be leading the charge in the future. And honestly, that part was really cool, seeing them working on their projects, taking their projects to a competition, doing the interviews, and then getting the awards. I did that as a kid in science fair, and seeing that brought back so many memories. That was awesome. Fun part was the movie was narrated by Jim from The Office and followed this really cool Korean engineer who holds a bunch of degrees, works for LA in City Hall, and is trying to implement various ideas along with other cities around the world. Really, really awesome and worth checking out. So as for the DaVinci exhibit, it was honestly really cool to get to go back and see it for a third time, as the first 2 times that I went, I was kind of rushed for various reasons, and this time I was kind of just like, I can take my time, fill in any of the gaps for things that I felt like I didn't get to see enough, and honestly, that exhibit does not disappoint. If you are watching this video before January 5th, when the exhibit closes, get your butt down here to the Science Center and check it out if you can. It is super amazing, all the various different exhibits and models that are on display. You don't even have to be mechanically inclined to enjoy things. I mean, just the artwork alone, the model making, the concepts are all really, really unique and worth checking out. So as for me, I'm gonna sign off here and work my way back to my car, which is about 2 hours away from here. It's been a blast, and I'll see you guys here next time on Make It with Calvin.